I was watching. I watched that Dune movie, bro.
Yeah.
All I could think about, like, they're so disgusting in that. Have you seen that movie?
You talking about Dune 2 or just Dune the first
I
one?
mean, I watched both of them. Not all last night, but I watched the second one last night, but I seen both of them.
I saw the trailer of Dune 2 and I'm like, well, let me watch Dune 1. I haven't watched it yet. I'm
Like
gonna
it's cool. It's a cool movie and all that, but like they're so disgusting in that movie, like because they're like on like a desert planet and the stuff they wear, they have to like wear some like special suit and it like recycles all like the sweat and like tears and like all like the water or what that's the water they produce, they like recycle it so like they can like live and breathe and survive and stuff. And I'm just like, that's disgusting.
this is
And like when somebody dies, they go and like inject them and like take their water and stuff. And I'm like, that's disgusting. Like that's disgusting.
kill me now.
That's the only thing I was thinking about watching the entire movie. I was like, man, this is a cool movie, but like they're disgusting human beings. Like I know it's no,
You gotta take me to the kingdom. You
bro.
gotta take
Just
me. You gotta take me to heaven's gates. That's crazy.
I would know. That's so disgusting. That's the only thing I could think about that entire movie. I don't know if I think they're gonna make a third one. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that. Cause like it kept, I was actually getting disgusted as I watched it. I was like, wow, this is actually like when I didn't think about it, it was fine. But when I started to think about it, I was like, this is disgusting. Like I can't keep watching this movie. Like,
Yeah, this is bad.
mm.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. It now that I know this, I don't know if I'm gonna start.
Yeah,
I'll see. I'll start it just to see the visual.
like the first movie, they didn't really do it that much because I didn't realize that's what they did in the first movie. But the second movie, that's
Oh,
like one of the first things they did. I was like, this is disgusting.
he said, get his water,
Bro, like one time, no, this one lady, she was sad or something. So she started crying. The nigga, he went to got his thumb, put it to her eye, wiped it off, and like drank. He was like, "Don't waste your water on the." I was like, "This is disgusting." Like you just drank her tear?
Hey, that's a real nigga right there.
No, it's not.
That's a real. Hey, that's real as fuck.
How is that? If that's real, I want to be so
demon.
fake.
That's a demon right there.
I want to be so fake if that's real, bro.
They got out drink your tears. That's a
and demon. It was just like one tear. I feel like she was gonna keep crying, but she was like disgusted, so she just stopped.
Nah, that'll get me right. That'll get me right too. I ain't gonna lie. I've straightened up before, just like that. No cap. This is so behind. Like this is so like off topic, but like I was at a funeral one time, and I've never really cried at a funeral before, and this was one of the very few times where like I felt like a tear might have like was about to come out. And what I tell you, we was in the sanctuary, and I just heard this like avert like scream. Like this was not a crime. This is not a cry. Like it was like a scream, like hysterical ass crying. When I guess they even opened the casket, I don't know what happened. I forgot. And it was like in the back, and I thought somebody was genuinely like something happened. And I turned around, and it was just crying. It straightened me up. I did not cry for the. I didn't cry. I didn't shed a tear. I was straight for the rest of the day because that threw me off. I was like, "There's no." And I don't be judging how people cry and stuff, but that shit, I was like, whoa.
Nah, when the real criers got in, you tightened up. When real weepers got in, you were like, I can't. I'm only fake. I'm not really sad. I'm only fake sad, bro.
Nah, man.
Tighten up.
I was in the moment sad. They weepers. They weep afterwards. Yo, this is crazy. Man, welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keeps podcast. The only podcast where we denounce stupidity. We denounce dumbass shit. We denounce a lot of shit. I saw a tweet. Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Stop it.
I don't know why you did that. I don't know why. I'm gonna let it play out. Oh my god. My nigga was tweaking bad. My fault. I'm not denouncing you. That's crazy. I saw a random ass tweet that said, he was like, y'all be denouncing everything but the devil. I was like, you're right. You're absolutely right. When I saw that woman and that girl said she's denouncing from Spelman to university, that's when I said, you know what?
Somebody denounced from like the school.
The school.
Did she like?
I
I
thought
mean,
she
I
was trolling.
guess.
I thought she was trolling, but at the same time, she was talking about the rituals that was going on. Nigga was like, "Bitch, you talking about orientation?"
Like Richard was going to class. Like what? I'm
Like,
so.
he was like, it's impossible to denounce a university because that means you'll be giving up your degree. Are you like going to give up your degree? You're not going to do that. You can go to another school. That's crazy.
I guess.
There is no I guess. You're wrong. That woman is wrong. She needs help. She needs to call that number. Whatever number we got for gamblers, we need to call it for her too.
You need to call the number for stupid people. Call the number for like they're gonna throw you in like a padded room. You know,
Oh shit.
one of them.
Yeah, man. But that was beyond what I was finna show. I was finna show you. Our collegiate talent, friend of the pod that he does not know anything about.
I was like, who?
Mikey Williams. Our guy.
Our guy.
I guess.
Is he still like
Dropped music.
in school?
Apparently he's supposed to be playing basketball for UCF this season, or this upcoming season. Supposedly. He dropped some heat.
Gotta chill out for her. Them niggas scared and go to church and get a word. Don't play with them, that shit ain't safe for me. That shit ain't safe for me. Fuck around, catch a case with me.
Oh wow.
Police had raided niggas, creasing my artillery. I got a gang on me, I make sure everybody eat. Came out the mud, I took some millions, bitch, I play for keys. Came from my mother.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Wait. I didn't listen to this all the way through. I listened to the first 5 seconds. I'm like, I'm gonna wait, let's rewind. Hold on, nigga.
Came out the mud, I took some millions, bitch, I play for keys. Came from my mother.
I'm not gonna. I think this is fire, bro. I think this was hard, bro. Like,
nigga, shout out to us.
I think this is a great song. I think it needs a. This is hard, bro. It's fire,
bro. This that shit was ass for like the first 15, and then you said that this a fire song, nigga. This might be song.
Yeah, no, he need to drop that hoe, bro.
Nigga said he played for keeps.
Yeah, bro. Why you trying to hoop?
What the
get out the gym,
bro. You not finna make it out the hood hooping. Getting that fucking booth.
Exactly, bro. How many people actually go to the NBA? It's way more successful rappers than NBA players.
And you an undersized guard.
Yeah, bro. Like you already got the millions and stuff. You might as well. You don't need the NBA.
Oh, come on now. They'll put you in the NBA celebrity game.
Exactly.
Don't dominate. You spitting bars like that?
Yeah, you don't need basketball for real.
You're supposed to tweak out, bro. You're supposed to.
He already got a case like this. He already got a court case and everything. Like he already started.
This nigga definitely was snitching. Nigga was talking crap. Like, why are you saying these things,
bro? He said, I heard the word artillery. I was like, there's no way he's saying after a gun case.
No, bro, he was setting up his play for Keith's bar.
All right,
he was setting it up.
After a gun case, you talking about your artillery. This is
on some serious shit. I was like, okay, this shit is ass. And then he said what he said. I was like, you know what? I'm not as upset.
It was still trash, but shout out to the Play for Keith podcast, which is us. So shout out to us.
The only podcast that does something different every single day. Fuck out of here.
Every single day.
Now that we got that tomfoolery out the way, let's get into some real hoops.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the real ballers, the real shot callers. Let's get into the cream of the crop. All NBA honors, all NBA awards have dropped since we've last
podcast. I got the complete list. Want me to pull it up?
Yeah, for sure. You can go ahead and do
that. And sharing my screen. You can see it.
Yeah. Wait. Let me. Yeah.
Would.
Yeah. I can see it. I had to zoom in my screen. But we good.
Oh, that hoe is sort of zoomed out. But I don't know how to zoom in. Oh, there we go.
Oh, hey. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what we talking about.
Yes, sir. All right. So all NBA teams have dropped. And should we start first team or third team?
Let's go ahead and do first team. Like, let's go
All
first
right.
and third.
All right, for sure. So, like we said, all NBA teams dropped. The usual suspects are on there. You know, Shea, Joker, Luca, and then Giannis. He was also there, and Jason Tatum. Now, Tatum, he had the least amount of first team votes out of all of these players, but I mean, he was still deserving. To be honest, I don't have too many gripes with this list, to be honest, or any gripes to be completely honest. What about you?
Everybody that's on there looks like they're supposed to be on there. I'm not upset.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. And Jason Tatum being on there, having the best record in the league, and nobody being a part of that first team would look kind of crazy anyway. So, I'm not mad.
And I'm glad Shea and both him and Joker got unanimous first team or whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad about that.
Shea should have been MVP, but whatever. I digress. Second team, we got Jalen Brunson,
Okay.
Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, and Anthony Davis. How do you feel about this second team?
Let me start. You said I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I like Anthony Edwards being second team.
Yeah.
I appreciate Jalen Brunson being second team. I can see an argument where you would try to bump him up the first team, but Jason Tatum was doing Jason Tatum things, so I'm not going to argue it.
I'd heard that Jalen Brunson is deserving of first. And I mean, like we said earlier, we've talked about Jalen Brunson this entire whatever. Like he's had an amazing season, but it's so I don't really know who you could bump out to move him up, honestly. So
yeah, I see the votes looking. It looked like it was neck and neck between Jason Tatum and Jalen Brunson.
yeah,
I do believe having the best record in the NBA
for sure,
is going to give you that bump. If they had the same record, it probably would have been even closer.
If they had the same record, Jalen Brunson would be first team because especially New York.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then I did also see some people were upset with, or we'll get to when we get to the third team. I'll sort of expound on that point.
Also shout out to Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
I did like how he played in the regular season. He definitely proved a lot of people wrong. He played a lot of games. A lot of games. So.
They called him street clothes. He played a lot of games. He played enough games to get an All NBA team. So
and Kawhi Leonard, shout out to him. He played a lot of games too.
For sure.
I'm not upset about any of this.
So. Hell, KD too, because he was dealing with his injuries. Like
KD, yeah.
He's old. KD old, but Kawhi and AD, they're not super old. But shout out to them.
Bro, you just called Kawhi damn near 40. You called that body 50.
His body's 57. He's not. He's like 30, 31, 32.
Which is a bigger testament of a 57-year-old body making second team and playing all those damn games.
Should Kawhi have been first team?
Hell no. Let's not do that.
All right. But now we get to our third team. We have LeBron James, Steph, DeMontis, Sabonis, Halliburton, and Devin Booker to round out the third team.
I saw a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I did see a lot of people shitting on DeMontis Sabonis being the third team option. I'm here to tell you he is extremely underrated. I get that the playoffs look whatever. He leads the league in triple doubles and double doubles.
He's just good, bro. He's just a smaller Jokic, like a worse Jokic, but that's not an insult to him. Jokic is just amazing.
Absolutely, like he's great. Now I don't know why it doesn't necessarily translate all the way through in the playoffs. That's just something you have to work on, and that just requires more playoff experience to begin with. He's still on the younger side, if I'm not mistaken, so he still has more time. LeBron James, I know you want to talk about LeBron James not being in the second team, or there was some controversy about Kawhi Leonard over him.
Yeah, some people had LeBron over Kawhi, and I was like, I don't really know because I'm be honest, I ain't know all their stats for real. Because why would I watch? Like I've said this multiple times. I think the Lakers were a bad team, and the Clippers were also. I think they were a bad team. They're just old, so I ain't really watch them like that. I was locked in on talented rosters like the Thunder and the Phoenix Suns. But anyway,
Bro, stop.
I pulled up LeBron and Kawhi stats just to compare. So let me stop sharing that and share this other screen so we can take a look and see who is right. You can see the screen?
Yes, I can.
All right, so I have LeBron and Kawhi's 2024 stats pulled up. LeBron, he's 3-0 against Kawhi this season. Kawhi only played 68 games. LeBron played 71. LeBron averaged 2 more points, 1.2 more rebounds, 5 more assists. He shot better than him. Yeah, LeBron probably should have. LeBron probably should have been second team, if we're being completely honest. Not to hate on Kawhi Leonard or anything, but you see all the green on these stats. You see LeBron objectively had the better season, I feel like.
This Kawhi Leonard mugshot in general is sending me. Nigga looking straight at the camera and just.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude, bro. But I do agree. LeBron probably should have had the upper end. Mm-hmm. I don't know what else could have played into. I guess.
I mean,
record.
I was thinking record probably played a big factor in it because the Lakers are a playing team.
They were a playing team. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Kevin Durant was no, he wasn't.
I mean, weren't they technically like they were 6 or 7? But like, I don't count a 7 seed as a playing team, to be completely honest with you, because they should like I only count 9 and 10 as playing teams because like the true playoffs is 1 through 8, and then the NBA just decided to add 2 teams and all that stuff.
So was the Lakers the 9?
Maybe pull this up again. I don't remember. Western Conference standings. I spelled that wrong.
It felt like every day somebody was no longer a playing team.
Yeah, it was getting crazy.
It was getting crazy every day.
Okay, I was wrong. Wait. Or is this the records after? I think it's showing me the standings after the play-in.
Which is crazy how different things will be after like a couple games. That's wild.
Whatever. But on this list I'm looking up right now, the Lakers were the 7, Pelicans were 8, Kings were 9, and the Warriors were 10. So the Lakers were technically a playing team. And the Suns were not. So we misspoke earlier.
The Suns were not a playing team.
Yeah, no, they were 6.
They were 6. And then Lakers were a 7th.
Yeah.
And they won that game to stay a 7th.
Mm-hmm.
So they could play Denver. But like that goes to what you were talking about. Like the real playoffs are 7 and 8. I mean, like real playoff teams. Real play-ins are 9 and 10. So even by your definition, the Lakers weren't really a playing team for real. Yeah, but I still think the record kind of matters a little bit, I guess. And I just think a lot of people were just surprised that Kawhi Leonard was playing these many games. And I think their mindset was probably, shit, we probably don't know how many times he's going to do this for the rest of his career. So let's go ahead and give it to him now, I guess. I don't know. I'm not mad at it, but I see the argument of why LeBron,
Yeah. And here are, to sort of round out the, all NBA talk, here's the rest of the players that receive votes. Yeah, Jaylen Brown, or you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's Jaylen Brown, Paul George, Maxey, Gobert, Wemby. I see Wemby was getting some votes. Zion, when he lost weight and he came back, he started cooking for real. Paolo, he's doing good. De'Aaron Fox, Bam, and DeMar DeRozan. With Bam, like, he's one of the best centers in the NBA, but he just doesn't get like a lot of that credit. Do you think he's gonna ever get like all NBA type stuff?
Has he? I feel like he's gotten it.
I'm looking right now.
I want to see what it was for. I want to see if he got all NBA honors when the Miami Heat was the first seed in 2022 or 2021.
He's never been all NBA. He's only been all defense.
Okay. I don't know. With Miami, their teams don't care enough in the regular season for it to be a thing. But in my opinion, he's the best overall player on that team. Not on a night in
Literally,
night out basis. I know Jimmy Butler has his, his spurts and his playoff Jimmy, but they go as far as Bam Adebayo goes, in my opinion.
that's true.
So I don't know. He should.
Like the only thing that's holding him back is just he can't really. He's not a scorer because like you got Sabonis. All the other centers are able to score. Sabonis, AD, Joker, Embiid when healthy. Cat, even though he wasn't on this list, I'm just naming centers who can score and get a little bit more recognition for it.
Yeah, and for me, when I look at Bam's game, it's really just a 3-pointer because he has a decent mid range. He can score because they're especially this season because Jimmy Butler wasn't in the lineup a lot. Tyler Hero wasn't in the thing a lot. So you're dealing with Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson, and, a whole bunch of shooters. So they're playing through him. And the way I see him score, it's not like he's the tallest dude in the world. So it's not.
He's only 6'9".
Yeah, so he's getting some pull up jumpers off. Now he's not tweening like AD or anything, but he has a smooth shot. I just think maybe developing a three. I know he's he's my age. He's 27, so I don't know. I can see him getting all NBA third team at best.
Okay.
I can see that. It would just have to be a team that really gave a damn and would be playing. He would be just playing a lot of minutes. Maybe that happens with I don't know if it happens with Miami. I'm not sure. They're a different kind of team.
One thing that's sort of interesting to me, I see Jaylen Brown. He's not on a third team list. And I mean, Jaylen Brown, he was cooking this year. And like, this is a regular season award, but we talk about the playoffs. He's arguably their best player in the playoffs. So
absolutely.
It's sort of interesting to see. And then Tyrese Maxey,
he's
coming into his own. He was going crazy this season, especially in the playoffs. So he could end up making one of these in the future. I don't know, though. It is a lot of good guards in the NBA. And then this is probably Vic's last year not being an all NBA player. So
yeah, we'll see. At bare minimum, he'll probably be a third all team. The only way
it might be Sabonis' last year as a third teamer.
The only way I see him not is if they have a similar record that they have this year, maybe, which is very possible.
You think so?
That's very possible. I guess that's a hot take. Whatever. People talk about, the Spurs. They might be doing a plan. I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna be a 13 seed, a 12 seed. They're gonna be 20 and whatever.
We got to see how serious they are about acquiring like when they have a high draft pick, so they're obviously gonna get, or hopefully they get somebody talented. But we got to see what they do as far as veterans and stuff.
Absolutely, because it's just you can't just put a whole bunch of young talent on a team and then expect them to thrive.
Yeah,
it never happens.
Look at the Rockets; they suck.
Look at it, and as soon as they put some veterans in,
they still suck. But neither here nor there.
This nigga want to be a villain so bad, bro.
But anyway, we knocked out all NBA teams, but now we need. Do you have any sad music, Greg?
Do I? I may have some. Maybe.
Maybe not that sad, but actually, that sadness could work because inside the NBA is leaving, or not leaving, but the NBA is leaving inside the NBA. I guess you could say. Right. This upcoming season is going to be their last one. The team with Charles Barkley, Shaq, Kenny Smith, Ernie will be no more. And at first, that music, I was like, that don't work. But then it does because Charles Barkley, I didn't. I like the video was too long to pull up, so I don't have it. But
Right.
he has some choice words for the owner of Warner Brothers, who is over Turner Sports, which is what Inside the NBA is over.
Right.
And let me see if I can just find a quote. I don't need the whole thing. I just need a quote.
Now, this nigga been yapping. He know he finna. He know it's up. He know his time is up.
Oh yeah, Charles Barkley. He's not holding back anymore. He was on an interview with the Dan Patrick Show, and he said the first thing he said, the morale sucks, plain and simple. He called the CEO of Warner Brothers. His name is David Zaslav, I think. Yeah, he called him out by name and called him a clown, and said that the people I worked with, they screwed things up and they have zero idea what they're doing.
He just like me, bro.
Yeah. He had to drop some bars real fast. And low key, I agree with him because a lot of people feel that this whole move by the NBA away from TNT, it was spurred because Zaslav, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He went on, I think it was like an earnings call or something, or maybe an interview, and he was like, "Yeah, we don't need the NBA." And Adam Silver heard that, and the ghost of David Stern started whispering in his ear, and he was like, "Yeah, we're done with them. We don't need them no more." And now they're moving to NBC. So Inside the NBA, it's over, and it sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. And I will say that I did listen to a different clip of him being on the Dan Patrick Show. I do know that he's going to quote unquote try his best to try to get Ernie over to like his production and try to keep something going on there. I don't know how successful that's going to be.
Because as of right now, I think Ernie said he's going to just retire after the next season. He's just going to end up retiring. So
yeah, so for me, it's just I don't know. I don't know if it's going to actually come into fruition. I don't know if it's going to hit the same. I'm not sure, but
I don't think it will.
It was an incredible run. It was an incredible run by these four gentlemen. I'm not looking forward to the future. I'm not gonna lie to you, but this is a time for new people to step in and step up. Niggas like you and me don't get opportunities without shit like this happening. Not saying that we gonna be TNT. I'm just saying in general. You know, sometimes you got to get these old niggas out the way.
Yeah, but I mean, with that being said, though, NBA Adam Silver, we would like to put in our bid to be on the whatever the fuck you're gonna call that shit, or whatever you are going to call that for NBC. You know, you can have us there. Who else? Jeff Teague, maybe.
Jeff T don't need to be on nothing nationally television.
Bro, what you call it? That podcast is crazy. That podcast is crazy.
with the honey, I was like, all right, hell no.
I was like, there's no way he did. I was like, there's no way he did that, bro.
That nigga need to be an underground podcaster for life.
Bro, he's Kendrick made a song about people like that. Kendrick made a song about people like that. But yeah, NBA, you know, you can always contact us. Just DM us at the Play for Keeps pod. You know, if you want to work a deal out, just let you know.
Hey,
we always open for business.
We ain't even competing for real. You gonna be our first deal for real? You know what I mean? We'll
give you a little discount. It don't got to be $1 million. It could be 900,000.
Oh God. With a $100,000 bonus, signing bonus.
Yeah, we'll take that. You know, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, bro, we know you got it. It ain't that bad for real, man.
Y'all billionaires, you know. But with that being said, since it's the last few whatevers of Inside the NBA, we had to bring up something interesting that Kenny Smith said on the broadcast. I believe it was before the Timberwolves Mavericks game. So let me go ahead and share my screen once again because I want your take on this. You can see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. And then I will say that Kenny, he's gonna spend like an entire minute making great point. And then Charles Barkley just gonna come in. It's just
the dumbest shit I ever heard.
but just listen to what Kenny said. Oh damn.
I want to switch gears just a little bit.
You hear?
Yeah. Turn your volume up a little bit if
Up.
you can. Yeah,
All
just
right.
a little bit.
Ernie in this, where,
Good.
and no disrespect to Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and or Halliburton, but whoever wins this series, the face of the league is coming out. You know, they have the two most polarizing guys with Luka Doncic and Anthony Edwards. So now, if they get to the finals, it won't be they won or lost. So it wouldn't be Boston won, it'd be Luka lost. It wouldn't be Boston won, it would or Indiana won, it would be Ant-Man lost. So this is something different to me to watch from a fan standpoint, not an analyst, but as a fan who comes out and be the face of the NBA moving forward. Wow. That was one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. You don't think this is it? No, I want to switch gears.
Bro, I love Chuck, man. I love Chuck so much. He's so problematic. Now,
I don't think Kenny was wrong.
what I will disagree with, because at first I thought he was saying whoever won the championship, that was who's going to get pushed.
That's
I didn't.
what he was saying.
He said this series. He said respect to Jason Tatum and whoever is out in the East. Whoever wins this series is going to be X, Y, and Z.
No, but then he later on he went into saying he was talking about the finals later on, and he was like, "It's not going to be Tatum won the series. It's going to be Luka won. It's not going to be Halliburton." Like he was talking about. I believe he was talking about the whole finals.
Yeah, like he was saying, like it won't be about Jason Tatum winning. It'll be more about Luka losing, which would be more like we don't really care about what's going on in the East for real. Like these are the niggas we're going to be pushing. And I'll say the only thing I disagreed about was the polarization part. I think Jason Tatum is more polarizing than Anthony Edwards because I don't know a nigga that really be hating Anthony Edwards like that. I know a lot of people praise him harder than Jason Tatum, but I think there's more polarized. There's more polarization for Tatum because you got a lot of hate, you got a lot of good, a lot of bad. You know what I mean? Like you just texted me yesterday talking about he can't keep getting away with this
because he can't keep getting
exactly.
away with this.
So that's the only thing I'm saying. I think he is more. I don't know if he's more polarizing than Luka, but again, I don't know niggas that be hating Luka like that.
Now, Luke, I think I do sort of agree with you about Jason Tatum. He's not polarizing personality wise because he doesn't really give nobody nothing as far as personality, but just on the court production or whatever that is polarizing. Because we'll get into playoffs a little bit later, but last night he didn't really have a good game until the game was well out of hand and sort of like been sort of his MO for most of these playoffs. So I do agree with that, but and also the Kenny's larger point, or even to sort of extend Kenny's point to just talking about the rest of the playoff. Do you believe that whoever wins the finals will be the face of the league, even if it's Tyrese Halliburton?
He's young enough to the point where he will get pushed, but I don't know. He will be probably one of the pillars and one of the faces of the league, but he will not be the face of the league. I do think he's young enough. He came out the same draft class as Anthony Edwards, if I'm not mistaken. So he is like 22, 21, 22, if I'm not mistaken. He is young enough for him to improve. Indiana is a small market. They can do like a little Giannis thing. They can do some things. He's personable. He's on podcasts. He can be marketed if they want to. But I think Anthony Edwards has more marketability. Of course. When it comes to pushing Tyrese over somebody like Luka, I think Luka still gets the edge a little bit. But like I said, he'll be one of those pillars, but he won't be the guy. He won't be.
I don't even think Luka really, because for as good as Luka is, and I guess even extending it to Jokic, you don't really see much of, or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm tripping, but you don't really see much of them in like
Jokic has been
commercials and all. Jokic has been in more.
Jokic has been improving. He's been improving. I know he did like a Despicable Me thing.
Yeah.
I know he did like a 20 questions somewhere. He's been trying to do like this is not the same Jokic from like a year ago, 2 years ago. This year he has been kind of pushing himself to be in more Americanized commercials. But it hasn't been the same.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about Luka though. Like really
Luka don't really be doing that shit for real.
And that's sort of weird because he's not looked at in the same way as Jokic. And even then we know Luka has a personality. Like everybody knows it. He's sort of like a Serbian Anthony Edwards, to be honest. But
Yeah.
you don't see him in nothing. That's a little weird now I think about it, because I never. This is like my first time actually thinking about it right now.
Yeah, most people get what you call it. Most people like Luca, most people like Jokic. They are more on local commercials within the city with like grocery stores or X, Y, and Z. Like I remember the Spurs, like they'd be like, you never see Tim Duncan. I was like, that's because you don't live in San Antonio. Because I
Yeah,
would
I was like, I've been seeing, I've seen a whole bunch of Tim
a
Duncan commercials.
whole bunch of
Them
HEB.
yes.
Them niggas love HEB. If you were San Antonio Spurs, they had Tony Parker,
Bro.
Manu, Kawhi, even
Yes.
and
Yes.
even Wimby now. Like that was one of his first commercials. They had
I
him
have seen that.
like stretch his arms out like mom, like helping mom out getting groceries in the car, and it's like a whole bunch of bags on his arms, trying to do like a one trip thing. So yes, like most European players, like they're gonna be local, but that national stuff, like Hulu has live sports, or whatever.
But I mean, you see Giannis in national stuff too. Even before he won the championship, he was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I. mm, My honest answer is I feel like there's a racial component to that. Like I think they're just gonna put a black guy on there. And like you see Giannis, but at the same time, that's a black man on the screen. That's
I
perfectly
guess fair enough.
even though like I don't necessarily agree because I feel like Luca has personality too. He's probably funnier than Giannis, but I don't know. I'm just putting two and two together. You don't see Laurie marketing and shit.
He played for the Utah Jazz.
You don't see
Not,
shit either.
you see who?
You don't see Şengün or Domantas Sabonis.
Sengun. The Rockets aren't good, and the Kings have been bad for 27 years. So
He wasn't there for 27 years.
But they don't have the national. Like nobody cares about the Kings, unless you live in Sacramento. And even then,
it's not. Yeah, and like I said, it's not just a black and white thing because Paulo Banchero don't be getting shit. Caitlin Clark got more more national TV games than Paulo Banchero. But I see what you're talking about. It is, and overall, I agree because Lucas should be in a lot more stuff.
yes.
He should be. It's just, but I think it's more of like, okay, does he want to do it?
It's probably fair. But I mean, we're already talking about the playoffs, so we might as well get into it.
For sure.
The playoffs officially. So which only 2 games for real, but which match are you want to start with first?
Niggas can't even make clips off this no more. Shit gonna be a 10-second clip.
That's all we need.
We can go. Damn, I'm gonna stop saying that. We're gonna start with I'm not sure. Let's go west. Let's go east. Let's go east.
For sure. Yeah, because the East has played up to this point. The East has played more games. So
yeah.
Did we ever talk about? Actually, it don't matter because nobody cares about previous series with them. But the Eastern.
We could talk about that. We could briefly talk about the Knicks. Because I did have a question that I wanted to ask you.
Okay, well, we can do that. So with the Eastern Conference Finals, it's of course the Pacers versus the Celtics now. But to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, the Pacers, they had to beat the New York Knicks. And the Knicks, they fought hard, valiantly. Tom Thibodeau sacrificed his entire team just to lose. Jalen Brunson ended up breaking his hand, and that sort of like spelled the end of everything. OG Anunoby, he tried to play. He was only able to play 5 minutes. I think he hit 2 threes in that 5 minutes, which is crazy. But like the way he was moving, his hamstring was like you've seen them videos of like the turkey leg, whatever, and you shake it and it just the meat falls off the bone. That was OG Anunoby. He was trying his hardest, bro. Like he was trying his absolute hardest, but it ain't work.
That nigga was on horse tranquilizer, bro.
Yeah, he was. That nigga was just tweaking, bro. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that what I had, because I have a different take on it. Mm-hmm. But I will ask you, do you how much blame do you put on Tom Thibodeau for this?
100% of the blame on Tom Thibodeau.
I disagree with this one.
I hate the way I'm not the way he coaches, but essentially it is sort of the way he coaches because just like he's legitimately driving these players into the ground, bro. Like, although I think the Jalen Brunson injury that's sort of like
I'm like, bro,
a
like
freak injury. You can't really
most of the
control a fracture, but it's just like, bro, he's running them to the ground. Why did you try to play OG and you know he couldn't move? You knew that would happen, and then when you finally get a little bit deeper into the bench, you have I believe it was Alec Burke who he ended the game with like 20 something points. I'm not sure. Maybe it was 18. I don't know. He was cooking that game. And it's just like, wow, when you finally go down your bench and play people, you can realize that you actually have solid reserves. You didn't need to be running these people into the ground. So I don't get why Thibodeau keeps doing this. And it's proven to not work. Yet he continues to do it.
The only one I will blame is Josh Hart. I will give Thibodeau Josh Hart because there's no way you were supposed to play that nigga the way you was playing that nigga.
Yeah. And then Josh Hart, he played that last game and he had an abdominal tear or something like that, and he was still playing. Which shout out to Josh Hart, but like you could tell he was clearly affected by that as well. And it's just Tibbs, lock in, bro, stop it.
I have two things. One, it's kind of hard for me to blame Tibbs for. Look, as a coach in the career of Tom Thibodeau, I 1000% agree with you. I don't want to make it seem like I'm disagreeing with the narrative of Tom. Tom be on some bullshit. It's just very hard for me right now to just put all of those injuries on Tom because some of those was freak accident. Some of those was just Joel Embiid just falling on a nigga leg. I don't think niggas can just control that. Like his depth and roster from a stamp, like he started the season with Isaiah Hartenstein coming off the bench. You know what I mean? Like he was not a regular rotation player. It just took injuries like Julius Randle and some other things to happen. And then even he kind of got fatigued. That OG Anunoby, look, I have mixed emotions. I have mixed feelings about it. I low-key kind of blame OG for that, in my personal opinion. Because some of these
he tried to play.
Yeah, it's one of those things when I have real niggas like Jared Allen that's refusing shit, like, nah, nigga, you're not putting this shit in my body.
Now, Jared Allen was real for that, bro. You're not injecting you, bro. Leave me alone, bro.
When I see real ass niggas do real things, I was like, like, I don't care who you are, you're not finna peer pressure me to do X, Y, and Z. So at some point, some niggas just want to play. Some niggas gonna say, "Hey, shut the fuck up, nigga. I'm trying to play for real. Like I'm going to play whether you want me to or not." So sometimes like coaches like, "Hey, my nigga, look, if you want to, go ahead." So I'm not gonna put all of that on Tibbs. I will legit give it 50. I'll give you a legit 50 because they came into this playoffs injured. And he just continued to get more injured and more injured. I just can't put all those injuries on Tibbs, bro. It's just who else was they supposed to play, bro? And I'm not, and I know what you said about Alec Burke, but when I see niggas balling out and they cutting the lead down to 20, it just hit different, bro. It's just like, is this a real, you know what I mean? Like, this not no real 20 for real. This a garbage time 20 because they was up by 20 for like part of the first half, bro. They kind of gave up, and niggas gave up in the arena once Jalen Brunson's hand broke. They was like, man, fuck it, bro. We don't care. So that Alec Burke shit, like, yo, let that nigga have it, bro. Who cares?
I mean, he still, even though it was like garbage time a little bit, he was still showing he could hoop. He's still showing he has something. And then it's just like, realistically, this series should not have went 7, bro. The Knicks should have been knocked the Pacers out. It should be the Knicks in the Celtics right now. I feel like the Knicks were a better team.
They were a better team, but at the same time, I don't think I would want to see a hobble Knicks team.
I mean, I don't. We've been talking about the East is trash regardless, so it wasn't gonna matter.
You're right, but that's all I wanted to see. I just wanted to see where your head was at with Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah. If like you give him 50% of blame, I still give him 100 because like even if the injuries and stuff didn't happen, it's just like you should have been knocked him out, bro. What do you,
bro? It's hard. Like I stopped saying that once you saw Alec Burke. I saw Jericho Sims in the backcourt trying to throw it in, and they called an 8-second violation on this nigga. That's when I was like, okay, I see. Tips, I understand, bro. I see why you don't trust niggas. Because why is Jericho Sims got the ball in the backcourt, nigga?
Why you got people on your roster you don't trust, bro? But
He can't control that. He ain't the GM.
man,
Not
I
the GM,
guess.
man. Shout out to Leon Rose. But let's get back into the actual current playoffs.
Yeah, so like we were talking, the Celtics and the Pacers are playing in the Eastern Conference Finals right now. The Celtics have a 2-0 lead on the Pacers right now, and it should really be 1-1. I'm not gonna lie. The Pacers, they had game one in the bag, and then they just folded in such a disgusting way. I'm not gonna lie. Like they end up losing in overtime. Jaylen Brown, he hit a crazy three over Pascal Siakam, who it looked like Pascal Siakam had his hand digging in his pants while Jaylen Brown was shooting. It was just, it was all bad. It was all bad.
Called the nigga Darvin.
Bro, that's what it looked. I was just like, damn. Like they were up like the Pacers, they were up 3 with a couple seconds left. All you had to do foul Jaylen Brown.
Just foul him, bro. But I think he got there too late to foul. That's why he put his hands behind, because at that point then it was going to turn into like a legit
4-point play.
A 4-point play.
I mean, he should push him out of bounds. I don't care. It would have been flagrant, yes, but
yeah, or like even it not being a 4-point play, it would have been a legit, okay, like this is a shooting foul. He's shooting 3. Yeah. 3 free throws instead of like I fouled him early and he would have 2 shots and then we'll play the foul game.
But shooting 3 free throws, I would rather it's sort of hard. Like in that environment. So I mean, I think Jaylen Brown, Jaylen Brown probably would have made him because he's just, good basketball player. But that is still something that people will worry about. Like even LeBron, as great as he is, he's only a 75% free throw shooter. So, misses could have happened. So that's why I would just be like, hey man, still try to foul him, even if he is shooting 3 free throws. But that felt like the Pacers' chance to really take like a command of the series for real.
Absolutely.
And then they didn't. They folded there, and then game 2 happened, and they just got boat raced. And what makes it worse is Tyrese Halliburton. I believe he got hurt. I believe it was a hamstring injury or hamstring soreness or something like that. And y'all know how hamstring goes. Like hamstrings,
that's an all thing, bro.
You can't do nothing to heal a hamstring. You just gotta let it heal. So it's looking like it could be a cakewalk for the Celtics.
And I'll say this. I told my guys at work this because there's a couple Pacers fans there. They're from Indiana. It's just,
I guess
it is what it is. But it was one of those things where I don't really say things because they just, how that shit goes. When we make predictions, sometimes it just doesn't hit the way it's supposed to hit.
I don't know. We've been right on the prediction.
I mean, low key, we've had some wins. Now, has it been the amount of games?
Okay, no. It has.
You know what I mean? Because we at the end of the day,
we was like Minnesota sweep.
We still, they still won. They just didn't have the number of games. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like we be right. It's just these niggas be bullshitting sometimes. But I will say, I said off rip, game 1, that's going to be a close game, regardless of what happens. Whether Indiana wins or Indiana loses, y'all gonna get blown out in game 2. Y'all gonna get blown out in game 2. Like the Celtics are going to win, and I said this before game 1 even started. So like game 1 is the one you want to take, and that whole series, like that whole last couple seconds of the game in game 1, just reminded me of that fucking Houston OKC game where I'm just like, yo, foul, nigga, and y'all just not just allow. I don't know if it was J-Dub. I don't know who it was. It was probably J-Dub that hit that 3 when Amen Thompson was supposed to like foul. I'm like, bro, just.
I think it was.
And we ended up winning overtime. It was a great game. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the game, both sides, but bro, like all you had to do was just foul, and then I still believe that the Boston Celtics are still the Boston Celtics. They're not sweeping anybody. You're going to get a game in Indiana. You're going to Hopefully you win game 3. But
I feel like it depends on a lot. Like I sort of agree with you, but then I still do think it could end up sweep because Halliburton, we don't know about his injury. So
yeah,
like if
we didn't know about Jimmy Butler's injury either. In the Miami Heat with Caleb Williams was dropping 30 on these niggas. I
I
just don't
mean, but
believe in
they
this.
have Eric Spoelstra. The Pacers have Rick Carlisle.
Not too much on Rick, bro. Not too much on Rick. Not too much. Not too much.
Okay.
Not too much, bro.
Okay.
And not too much on Miles Turner either.
Miles Turner good, bro.
He is good. I think they can get they can get a game. It maybe will it be 5? Maybe, but I just truly just believe that these niggas they are good enough to sweep. They should have been swept some team.
They should have swept through like
Everybody actually. Everybody team that they played, they should have swept.
Yeah,
but they just don't. It's just not in their DNA, and they have Joe Mazzulla. At the end of the day, they're not going to sweep, so they're going to get a game. Now, if that ends up being game 4, okay, nigga, you're cooked because nobody's coming back from an 0-3 lead, especially not y'all. But it really wants me to go into this uncomfortable conversation that I wanted to have about the Pacers. The Pacers, if you're a Pacers fan, I know some of y'all are, because y'all know some of y'all niggas listen to the pod, listen to me well. Please do not make mistakes. Please do not make mistakes. You are not who you think you are. You are not who you think you are. I'm telling you this now so that you don't look like the Atlanta Hawks. Make sure that you treat this season like an outlier season. Let's not have false fantasy in our minds. Although I was a believer in you about the Bucks series, that's more about Doc Rivers than the construction of your team. That was more about Giannis and Damian Lillard not playing. Or Damian Lillard played game 1, but he ended up getting injured. That was more about the injuries on that side more than whatever y'all had going on. Y'all going into and playing the Knicks had a lot more to do with niggas dropping like flies than it was about your play. And y'all were good. Y'all capitalized on the moment. But don't sit here and do the Atlanta Hawks thing and try to quote unquote run this shit back. Continue to improve. Continue to go out there in the offseason and go get you some other pieces. Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Halliburton is not enough for you to really be a true contender in the playoffs. Stop doing this Miami Heat shit. This is the time to go get you somebody. Go package some things up. This is the uncomfortable conversation. You're not that good.
No.
I want you to understand.
They got lucky.
Y'all got lucky as fuck. And the only reason why I'm not going too crazy on y'all is because the Boston Celtics were lucky as fuck too. They've been cakewalking like a motherfucker too. So, and the East it's the East. It's the East, bro.
Also true.
Also, it's the fucking East. So please do not get on your high horse and think y'all can just run this shit back. Please go get somebody else.
Please.
That's it. That's my public service.
And with that being said, I think we can move on to the real series of the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
The real good, real hoops.
Real hoops.
And that is the Mavs versus the Timberwolves.
Great hoops.
Amazing hoops. That series has only been one game so far. And
okay, that
was a crazy game. But the Mavs, they are up 1-0. And Anthony Edwards, he went on an interview or whatever before the series, and they asked him, "Hey, who's going to guard Kyrie?" He said, "I got Kyrie." Famous last words? Are those famous last words? Or you think?
No, it's not his famous last words. It's not his famous last words because that nigga's not going to have, you know what I mean? He's going to have more words. Even when the nigga lose, like he's still going to have some words. Like
that's real.
I think there's going to be some more famous words he got going on in this series. And that's not even to say that they're going to win this series. I really don't know who's going to win this series. I hope it's the Timberwolves. Mm-hmm. I really do hope it's the Timberwolves because I like nasty discourse. I'm not going to lie to you. Seeing Karl Anthony Towns in the finals is really going. Is really going.
I don't know. Like I want the Timberwolves to win, but I don't know if my heart can handle Karl Anthony Towns as a Karl Anthony Towns NBA champion. I don't know if I can. I don't know if my soul can handle that.
Can your soul handle a Jason Tatum championship?
No, but
Oh.
I mean, but they weren't gonna win regardless.
Can your heart handle any champion of these last 4 team standings? If we're really being honest,
Like,
I fuck with Kyrie enough to have it.
Honestly, the only team that I'm 100% like, I want the Timberwolves to win, but the only team where I'm actually fine with any of the players winning a championship is the Mavs. Because, like, I can't, Tyrese Halliburton being an NBA champion, that doesn't make sense to me, especially not at this point in his career. Jason Tatum and the Celtics, they're not going to win the championship. So I'm not. That thought's never crossed my mind because I just never considered them winning a championship. So there's that. And then the Timberwolves, yeah, I want Ant to get a championship. I want Conley to get a championship. But like, Cat, like, I guess
Cat winning Finals MVP gonna feed souls, nigga.
Because he has been hooping, bro. He's been hooping. Like when Ant has fallen short, and he has fallen a little short sometimes. Like this last game, I didn't even say the score, but Mavs won the last game 108 to 105. Anthony Edwards, he had 19 points, 8 assists, but he only shot 6 of 16 from the field, and most of his shots were threes because he made 5 threes. But he didn't really have. You said what?
McDaniels was carrying to that game.
Yeah, McDaniels really carried because he started the game off high. He finished with 24. Naz Reid, he carried a little bit too. He had solid 15 on 5 for 9 shooting. But I forgot my point. But yeah, and he's sort of been slowing down a little bit this series. And Cat, he has last game he didn't play too hot, but he has been stepping up, especially in that last game against the Thunder. He played well. So
I mean against Nuggets.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, against the Nuggets, he played well.
Yeah, I agree. Cat is been somebody for the most part where it's like, okay,
he's been reliable.
He's been that offensive threat that you need. Is he still in foul trouble? Absolutely. But that's why you have niggas like Naz Reid, and Rudy Gobert to kind of like soften the blows. And it's not that he's playing terrible defense. If I'm being honest, he's not really playing terrible defense. He's just fouling. He just tries too hard on the defensive end and just fouls. Like, he plays defense not to contest. He plays to block the shot. And I think that's where things go wrong because he's a big man at the end of the day. And the big man moving like that and just in the air, you're not able to contort your body to avoid fouls like you a guard.
He think he's KD, bro.
Yeah, that's really the problem. You really do think he is KD. He be shooting that motherfucker, I will say. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at that nigga's 3-point percentages, just like career wise. This nigga,
he's a shooter, bro.
That nigga can shoot. When he said he was the best shooting big man of all time, people did not like.
It's not. I don't think it's true, but like I think statistically,
them numbers not lying right now.
Yeah,
because that nigga, I remember he shot something crazy. Was it yesterday or the day before? In game 1, he shot something deep. I was like, hold on, nigga.
Bro,
my God,
he's a shooter, bro.
Hey, he got Jordan Woods. I know that nigga a shooter. The shooter shoot.
Yeah,
shooter shoot. Especially with that voice, because I don't know how he did it.
He had different voice.
But she knows the real voice.
Maybe we don't know the real voice.
Actually, you're right. Do we know the real voice?
I don't think we do.
Or is this what he's been portraying to us?
I think like we don't know his real voice. We don't know Russell. I don't think we know Russell Wilson's real voice either. Who else real voice do we not know? There's a couple people like that.
I don't think we know. We don't know Tyrese Halliburton's real voice. That nigga be code switching.
I don't know if I want to.
I look at his fit sometimes. I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I should not want to know more about you. But I will say, that's going to be the most entertaining series. This will go 7. This will go 7. And if it doesn't look like it's supposed to go 7, the refs is going to make sure we pushing it to 7. All of a sudden, you start seeing niggas like, what's that nigga name? Not Scott Foster. What's that other nigga name? I forgot his name.
Gucci.
Tony Brothers.
Oh, Tony Brothers.
Start seeing Tony Brothers, Gucci Man, and Scott Foster. That's when here we go.
Yeah, it's gonna be about that time. But we didn't even really get into how the Mavs played last game. But I sort of mentioned that, Kyrie cooked and Kyrie he did cook and he dropped 30 on 12 of 23 shooting, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Luka he had 33, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. It was a sort of a light game for PJ Washington. He only had 13, but this Mavs team, it's rounding out. It looks pretty good. And Kyrie and Luka, like they're not known for their defense, but like they sort of strapped up, bro. Like they sort of locked up just a little bit. I was like, what?
Nah, you saw Luka on the perimeter playing guarding Ant.
I saw Kyrie guard Ant one position in the fourth. I was like, I never seen him like he like sort of like bodied up with him and got. I was like, I don't remember Kyrie acting like this before. It's different. He's 30, 32 or whatever doing this to him.
Nah,
so it's a little crazy.
Uncle Drew for real.
Okay. Oh, this old man strength.
Old man strength, bro. We got the beard and everything.
One thing. Do you think? I know Reggie Miller. He said it during the broadcast, and him saying that sort of got the gears in my head turning. Like, you think Ant is tired? Because he's been having to carry the load. They just got through a crazy 7-game series.
I mean, I just think everybody's tired. Like, I think did the what you call it? It's not. And Draymond made this point, which he rarely makes really good points, but he had a point about how the Mavericks did. Was that a 7-game?
6.
That was 6, but they only rested one extra day than the Timberwolves. I know that you got a lot of older people on like the Maverick side.
Mavs not old. People keep saying that the Mavs aren't old. They're like the same age as.
Really, yeah, it's really just Kyrie, honestly. It's really just Kyrie, and everybody else is like on the younger end.
And so, just to go on a short tangent, people were saying that a lot during the Thunder series too. Like, oh, the Mavs, they have so much veteran. I was like, they're not that old, bro. Like,
Luka, yeah, Luka. And I don't know why people get so mad when people say Luka is younger than SGA. It's only by 7 months. Well, it's still younger.
It's still a fact. I don't know.
Why are you barking at me, nigga? Because I said a fact. Get the fuck on somewhere, nigga. It's okay, bro. It's just Luka's been in the league for so long and been so dominant for so long that people just kind of forget that the nigga's still like 25 and under.
Something like that.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that Ant was fatigued from the last series, but I just think it's because he just needed a little bit more extra rest. I don't think it's going to be something that hinders him all series long. I just think the first game he's at home, not that people go out their way to like, step off the gas, but he wasn't as full throttle as he normally is, and that's normally what you have to do when you're playing a team or any team in the conference finals. A team like the Mavericks, they smell blood whenever you see a nigga tie. When you see a nigga tie, all of a sudden PJ Washington look like he got more energy. Derrick Jones Jr., he be dunking, but now it's like, okay, I'm jumping that much more higher because I can tell y'all niggas are tired. We finna take advantage of this game 1. So I don't think it's something that hinders him. He's gonna have to lock in, and I think you're gonna see a lot more Mike Conley ball this series.
They're gonna need it. They're gonna need it. We're gonna spend the whole episode talking real hoops.
Real hoops.
That's great. We're a basketball podcast now.
Oh God! Until what, July?
And then like that.
Then football's gonna come back again.
Unless I know like NFL offseason, they've been trying to do these. Oh, such and such rookie struggled so much at because I know they was like, oh, Caleb Williams, he threw 3 interceptions in practice, and I'm like, it's practice, nobody cares. Yeah. But anyways, with that being said, it's time to get into our hot takes. All right, who should go first?
You go first.
All right, my hot take. I'm gonna share my screen for this, and I just want y'all to chill, look at this real fast. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
What I have pulled up is the all rookie second team. And, they had good players. Keontae George, he's good. Derek Lively, he was really good. He been overshadowed by Wemby and Chet.
Fuck.
Cason Wallace, Hoopin, Amen Thompson. He's pretty cool for the Rockets. GG Jackson. GG Jackson is really, really good. And, we're looking at their stats and everything. Oh, cool. Average 13 points, 8 points, 6 points, 9 points, 14 points. And then we're going to look at the rookie first team. And you got real hoopers. It has people like Jaime Jaquez, who played for a playoff team. Chet Holmgren played for the playoff team. Brandon Miller with the Hornets.
For a playoff team? My God.
Can I finish my point? Damn it.
Oh.
You got Pod Zims. I don't think he should have been first team, but neither here nor there. And Wemby. But my whole thing is, why is there a second team for rookies? Who cares? I don't think there should be an all-rookie second team because I don't think there's enough good rookies to warrant a second team.
You literally just said they were good. You said GG Jackson was really good.
I think he should have been first team.
I think Derek Lively was good. I think he was good enough to have a first team selection if there wasn't like crazy talent in the first team.
I don't think.
Hopkins was good too. Brandon Miller proved a lot of people wrong. Well, this is first team, but
I put it first team. But like I said, I would took off B pod or do they do positions with
I don't
rookie first team?
It based off of this, it looked like they do.
Yeah.
Wait, go to second team. I just want to see something. I want to see if they.
Okay, they might.
Yeah, they might do that because if it was up to me, I feel like I would have took some people off and I would have put especially there. I would have definitely put Derek Lively up there.
Yeah, I would have put Derek Lively and GG would have been first team.
Right.
But like I said, I think they need to just go ahead, abolish, make rookie team positionless, abolish the second team, and just keep cooking with that. Because there's I don't think that, like I said, there's not enough rookies who are good. And I think we can sort of look at
all those teams, all those rookies were good. This
has been a good class, but now I'm looking at historically, like Jabari Smith, Tari Eason, he should have been. I think he's better than Jabari Smith. That's neither here nor there. But all these teams, like Sohan made a rookie team.
Yeah, but Jaden.
Isaac Okoro, he's making rookie teams. Isaiah Stewart, he's not good. He just fights people. Patrick Williams, I don't even know. He's in the NBA, but nobody's seen him play in years.
Desmond Bain is fire.
9 points.
Desmond Bain was fire. He good.
9 points. Now he's good. As a rookie, he was cool. I don't think there should be a second rookie team. I think it's pointless. Just make one team.
PJ Washington kind of fire too. PJ Washington and Tyler Hero. That was a nice duo.
Okay. Still should only be one team. That's my hot take. I think it's still
Shai Gilgeous. Shout out to Shai. Shout out to Shai, man.
Is he even on this list?
I thought I saw him. Scroll down.
Oh, I haven't even moved.
Yeah, right there.
With the Clippers, it's crazy. I forgot.
Him Mitchell Robinson. Shout out to him.
Mitchell Robinson, I don't think he's good.
Yeah, bro. I disagree because I think there's a solid team. Now
I don't think it's enough. But that's why these takes are hot. Not everybody supposed to like them.
Yeah, that's fair. And I thought I agree Pods wasn't supposed to be first team, in my opinion. If you was gonna put Pods there, I would have ready put Amen Thompson there. But I didn't really care about Amen Thompson making a first team or a second team. But if you're gonna have a first team and a second team, he need to be in there somewhere. So I was just happy that
you gas up every single Rocket player so much, bro. It's crazy.
You don't think he's good? You don't think he was good enough to make a second team?
I mean, I guess second team. Like, I don't think he was good. He definitely wasn't good enough to make first team. I don't think he was that. He was
good. He was, like I said, he was good. Like, if you're putting Pods at first team.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't think he should have been first team either. That's really the big gripe,
bro. Because I agree that GG Jackson, and I think a part of GG Jackson not being first team was the fact that he didn't play like off rip, and you're dealing with John Morant coming in like for 13 games, and he finally comes up. But if it wasn't for that, and he played, and if it wasn't for Chet Holmgren deciding he wanted to be a rookie this year, I think Derek Lively would have easily been a first team, and I think GG Jackson would have been first team as well.
But whatever. I don't think there's enough good rookies. That's my hot take. But
I just think the 2023 draft class is the not a good year to plead your argument because
fair enough. I could.
I think this is an overall really good draft class. Now you go some years back, I get you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been talking about WNBA a lot, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I actually got into a heated debate yesterday with Jesse. Shout out to Jesse and his podcast about this bullshit. But I will say this: my hot take is that I truly believe that Caitlin Clark is the WNBA's Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
I truly believe that people don't necessarily hate Caitlin Clark. They just hate the fans. They hate the fan base. They hate the super fans. Anytime people be talking about Caitlin Clark in a certain kind of way, it never be because of Caitlin Clark, the person, or Caitlin Clark, the actual hooper. It's just why are y'all gassing her up so much? She hasn't said shit. I don't remember her saying anything. And there'd be something. There's some people that will like say some. I saw somebody say something stupid like, "Oh man, people are hating on her because of her pretty privilege," and I'm just like,
I saw that. I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. I was like, I'm not gonna say
I'm
anything.
just like, why y'all setting her up, bro? Like, y'all be setting this woman up so bad. I'm like,
I was like, because her white privilege and her pretty privilege, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay out of this conversation.
it be shit like that. And I'm just like, yo, come on. I'd be so pissed because I'm like, bro, I didn't even say shit. Now all of a sudden, niggas making me look like I look like Michael Scott off of like Office. Like people just going crazy on that thing. It's just like, bro, damned if she do, damned if she don't.
Yeah.
So I truly believe there's nothing she can do. LeBron didn't say anything wrong when he said what he said. Everything feels like a political statement when we talk about this woman. And I'm gonna just say, and I don't like how Charles Barkley tried to make it seem like WNBA players was, hating on her. Nobody's hating on this woman that is an active basketball player for the WNBA.
The only hate I've seen has been people on social media.
Absolutely. And then Diana Taurasi, y'all swear that she was hating. I'm just like, for me, hating comes with untruths, and I don't think she said a lie.
She said it'll be tougher for her to hoop in the WNBA,
and it was just a play. And she was talking about players. She was just, Scott Van Pelt was like, "Yo, what do you expect players coming into the WNBA? Like, what should they expect?" And she was like, "Yo, reality is coming. You come in and you seem superhuman in college, playing against 18-year-olds, and you're going to be with grown women. Grown women is going to be an adjustment period. You're going to overcome, and y'all are talented enough to overcome it, but it's gonna be an adjustment period." She has not been wrong about that yet. Y'all just didn't like the delivery. And I say, if you don't like the delivery, y'all would have never loved Kobe for real. Y'all bullshitting. So that's people there.
Kobe's like, I like Kobe, but like he's sort of been like put on a pedestal ever since he passed.
Absolutely.
So that's why people are like that.
Yeah, I mean, y'all swear I forget. He made his whole team throw away their Kobe's because he felt like they didn't deserve to be playing in fucking Kobe's, playing so trash. Like, come on, bro.
Like people didn't like Kobe. Kobe was mean.
Yes, bro. He was mean. He was not. Granted, it's an argument. He's not a good person. You know what I mean? He wasn't a good person all the time. Called people Charmin soft all the time. Like, come on, bro. So when I see things like Caitlin Clark and all these things, nobody from the WNBA as an active player, because I swear y'all love talking about these retirees. And that was somebody that was talking to me yesterday. Nah, man, this is one WNBA player on Gil's Arena. First of all, let me stop you there. You said Gil's Arena. Let's stop it right there. The nigga that has a co-host that wears a crown. That's where you're going for where the hate is coming from. That's a professional hate podcast. Literally. And let's not act
it had what's his name? Brandon Jennings. He was like, "Oh yeah, Donovan Mitchell. He's not as good as Malik Monk." Like that's the type of stuff we're dealing with.
For real. Like, stop using that as what you're trying to base it. And since we want to go to retirees, let's talk retirees. Tell me, you're not finna go band for me when we start talking about NBA retirees, because you acting like them niggas love to uplift the NBA game. They the main niggas that talk shit. Shaq is one of the biggest haters to every big man that ever laced up shoes. And there's always niggas talking about how soft the league is, how buddy the league is, how everything is, and they don't like what the league is doing right now. But all of a sudden, you want these women that are retirees to do something different. I'm not here, bro. Let them compete. All these women are hooping. Caitlin Clark is going to overcome this shit because she's a great player, generational talent, and she going to be fine. But let's not out here. Let's not do this, bro. Let's not sit here and lie
Please.
about what's going on. Stop making these WNBA players look bitter when they just trying to win the game. They just just trying to win the basketball game. You want her to just score? I saw what Jeff Teague said. People didn't like what Jeff Teague said, and I get it because that's just bad agenda pushing, talking about just let her score. Yeah. No, bitch, I'm not doing that. But at the same time, these are all entertainment podcasts, so stop taking them seriously. Stop taking Gilbert Arenas seriously. Stop taking Kenya Martin seriously. Stop taking Brandon Jennings and Rashard McCann. Stop taking these niggas seriously, please. A nigga that wears a crown and plays for the big three. Stop taking that nigga for gospel, bro.
Oh my
God, bro. That's my take.
Oh my gosh. And with that, honestly, that's all we had to say about everything. But there's one clip I forgot to bring up. I just need to show it. Yeah. Just so. Have you seen what Shaq said about Clay? Or rather, what he didn't say about Clay?
No.
This has had me crying for every single time I watch it. He's doing an interview with Draymond on his podcast. You can see my screen.
Yeah.
All right. There's one last video that we're out.
Shaq's Lakers against your Golden State Warriors. Any of my championship team, any of your championship team, who wins? And the bonus question, who guarding me? Please don't say Andrew Bogut.
I don't think any one player on our team could have guarded you. I do think there were defensive schemes that we could have thrown at you to affect you. One is not letting you get the ball. So we're going to guard you with a guy in front of you, a guy behind you.
They did that.
Yeah, I wasn't on the court, though.
All right, so what you going to do, stand behind me?
I'm standing in front. Ain't no ball getting to you.
What you mean the ball don't get to me?
I'm not 6 feet.
But you ain't 7 feet.
I got 7'3" wingspan.
And I got 9'4" wingspan.
Yeah, but you can't get the ball through me. Andrew Bogut's behind.
Stop
I'm in the front.
Stop it.
We're leaving somebody over there to shoot because you couldn't shoot.
But however, Bogut going to be in foul trouble. Now, who your backup center?
Me.
Draymond, stop.
Jack, I don't think I could have guarded you. I'm not saying that. However, you would have had to bring your big out of that drop. Man, if you stay back there, I'm going to nail whoever guarding Steph. I'm going to nail whoever guarding Clay, and we're going to dot your eye every play.
Okay, but you know what's going to happen after that? I'm going to tell D-Fish, get up on him, let him drive, and I'm going to lay his little up.
Hey, then we got to fight.
All right, what you got to fight then?
And guess what? You getting thrown out the game and me getting thrown out the game, who's that going to hurt worse? Your team. Then y'all lose.
So I guess we're not going to fight then. Who guarding Kobe?
Clay.
It's just that last part. It's just that last part.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. They had productive conversation until I was intrigued. I was like, it
was just that last part. He was just like, the way Shaq looked.
Nah, Shaq. Nah, but that reminded me of one of our first TikToks to blow up. And it was like the Klay Thompson's not a top 10 shooting guard. Shout out to Tunde. I remember we made that.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that.
And we were talking about his defense. And low key, yeah, I mean, nobody's going to stop Kobe. But that was your best hope.
Clay would have put up a good fight.
Yeah, he would have put up a good fight. He was still
prime Clay wasn't no scrub. But it was just Shaq reaction, bro. It's too much, bro.
Yeah, you think who's a harder guard, Afro Kobe or bald Kobe?
I feel like they like Afro Kobe, like they're both crazy athletic, but Afro Kobe, I think he was a little more athletic, but bald Kobe, I think bald Kobe was harder because he was
a tough shot maker.
Shot maker while still being athletic, and like his just knowledge of the game just had grown exponentially at that point. So he knew all like your weaknesses, how to use leverage, just all this crazy stuff. and he was probably gonna like not be dirty, but like do a little dirty stuff, like put his elbow into a little bit more types. So I feel like probably bald Kobe would be tougher to guard.
Yeah, I feel like people. I don't know if people are underrating or overrating Clay's defense, but whatever it is, it's hilarious seeing Shaq do that. That was funny. That was a
Oh
funny
man,
combo. But they chose the wrong team. They should have chose the 2017 Warriors.
yeah. They probably could have won, but
Yeah, Andrew Bogut, stop it, please. David Lee.
please be for real. Who's back at me? I was like, Draymond, Shaq is so much bigger, man. Whatever.
No, but I think that's all we have for today.
Yeah, we'll catch y'all next week.
You know how we do it.
Donations.
Come on now.
Donations.
Absolutely.
Donations.
In the name of Jesus. Any last words, Jax?
Let me think. I mean, there shouldn't be. I'm still staying on my hot take. There shouldn't be a second rookie team. And if you want to change your life, go do some life changing shit.
I wanted to pull up something real quick that I'm just gonna read out loud that you sent me, just to let niggas know. We don't gatekeep shit around here.
I sent you.
You're 6 to 12 months of consistency away from being called lucky for the rest of your life. That resonated with me, as I almost didn't drop a video that day. I was like, there's a lot of shit going on. A little busy. He sent me that. I was like, let me lock the fuck in.
That's real.
And that video kind of did good on TikTok, low key. But make sure y'all like and subscribe. Keep commenting. Keep having discourse. We love to see it. We read all your comments. I read all your comments. I may even reply. Make sure y'all keep locked in, keep tapped in. And with that being said, we will see y'all niggas next week.